welcome back to IP Farms. Well, it's another beautiful day here in North Carolina. A lot cooler today than it's been being. 81 was the high today, I believe. It's better than the 90s. Humidity's still through the roof. We get used to that here every summer, but anyway, definitely feels better. Running a little bit behind today. Got held up at work. It's close to 5 o'clock on Tuesday, June 15th. So I don't think I'm going to get into a whole lot today, but did want to come up here and check on the progress in the bottomland. Hopefully you watched the last video. I showed a little smidget of their progress on the first day here. I'm really impressed. It's looking good. I think we're going to get to the bottom of this finally. So I said I was going to do that in that video and didn't. I ended up getting sidetracked with Oliver, so I think I'm just going to get a clip each day of their progress as it goes along and bring you guys along for it. So before we head down that way, I wanted to mention a couple channels here that I'm subscribed to, have been for quite a while, but just think it's time to give them a shout out. I should have already done it. First one would be Robert Drake's Farm. He's from Northwestern, I believe, Pennsylvania. Mr. Robert's an awesome guy. I've had the opportunity to speak with him off of YouTube and built a friendship just like I have with a lot of other people here, and he's just a really good guy. Got a good channel. Always into something, fixing, repairing, very good at this and that. He just cut some hay the other day and he went to use his baler and had some issues with that. Broke some pieces on it. He was kind of down and out about that, but I believe he figured out why, and I believe he's figured out how to fix it. But Robert's been on YouTube, I think he told me 11 years, I believe. He's got, I think last time I checked, like 112 subscribers. You know, he's not in it for the fame, the fortune, the glory, or anything else, just informative. He said years ago he was looking for some information on a tractor I believe he was working on, couldn't find anything, so he decided he was going to start, you know, filming his adventures, and I learned a lot already and hope to learn a lot in the future. He's just very good at what he does, and cut and dry and to the point. No you know, glorified editing there or anything like that. It's just short and sweet and to the point, and I really appreciate that, and I like that. So if you're here for some reason and you haven't checked out Robert Drake's Farm on YouTube, go over and check him out. Subscribe in, drop him a comment, check out some of the videos. Mr. Robert's an awesome guy. The next one is James Coble. He's in Paris, Tennessee. He's a nice guy. We've had several conversations. He just went back and caught up on like 3 or 4 of my videos. Thought he had, you know, maybe got tired of watching or whatever else. But when you go back and watch 3 or 4 old videos of somebody that's 2 or 3 weeks old and catch up and comment on them, that really means a lot to me. So go over and check out James Coble here on YouTube. Like I say, he's from Paris, Tennessee. He's got a little 1010 John Deere. Got a pretty good sized garden, all the time messing with lawnmowers and whatnot. I think he just got some chickens a while back. Chicks, built a box for that. James is a really good guy. I could listen to him talk all day long. He's a trip. I really enjoy that. So if for some reason you're here, like I said, and you haven't checked out James Coble on YouTube, go over and check him out. Subscribe in, drop him a comment, check out some of the videos. I think you really like it. If you're here and you're watching what I do, then anybody that I watch, I think you guys will enjoy as well. So just want to throw those 2 out there right quick. It's just a couple more and many out there. They give me great support. Wanted to you know, return the favor there, and maybe a couple of you guys haven't subscribed in yet or don't know anything about them or whatever, we'll go over and check them out, drop them a comment. So let's go for a walk in the bottom. Well, this is the hill, or what used to be the hill. Finally actually doing something right. Looks really good so far. They cut that hill down probably another foot and a half from what it was. Blended a ditch in over there, about broke my arm on when I was on the Oliver bush hogging. They left the silk fence. Looking good. Looking real good. I know there's a lot of background noise here with the highway and whatnot, but I want to bring you along for it. So yeah, this is what should have been done a long time ago. Just not complete yet. Wow, I'm really pleased so far. We'll pan around here and get a view of it all. I mean, they're redoing the whole thing. Looks 10 times better so far. This is standing about halfway down the bottom land between the hill and the little creek. Got everything smoothed up now. I mean, it's still rough graded right now, but I mean, they're putting dirt over here like it's supposed to be, and it's pretty much level all the way across, just like it was before they started. I'm pleased so far. Now this is the other side of the little creek here. Looking good. Looking good. Man knows what he's doing finally on a dozer. I filled in over here. This is where all the water was. Kept fussing about. If you pan over that way, that's where the easement stopped. And this is where they track through the woods. And he's filling that in like we asked him to. Take care of the water issue there. Looking good. Still got a ways to go, but it's looking really good for the second day. Okay, I don't want to make these clips too long, make for a long video, but orientation right over here in the corner, you see the excavator, that's the little creek. And this is the lower half of the bottom. So they're doing quite well. And like I said, our property stops right along there, that tree line there, over to there. They're bringing dirt over and filling in, like I said in the last clip. So, looks pretty good for the second day. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Alright, we can hear the traffic, but this is after day 3. I believe today's Wednesday, June 17th, I think. 16th, excuse me. Wednesday, June 16th. I believe they're finished up here. Pretty good. Not perfect by any means, but everything, the transition here where the big hump was that I showed in the previous videos, they shaved all that down and blended it back in up there where they needed to. And like I said yesterday, right through here they blended that. Had that big excavator basically just come through here and smooth everything up. But there's an idea. I know the camera doesn't do it justice. It's got kind of a rolling slope this way, which there's a low spot over here that was there naturally before they did anything. So I think the water will come down around this way and go over there and then fall towards the little creek. But all along this side here, there was a partial pile of rock over here, and I'll explain that in a minute. That's gone now, and they blended all that in, got the silt fence post up. So there's a shot of it from the highway end. We'll go down here a little bit further and see what else we can see. Before I get too far, so basically like I was saying, there's a roll through here, and it's kind of low. Back through here there's some valleys at the bottom of our natural hill, so the water should go right on around that way. All this over here is blended in good around the manhole. It's where the big water holes were, right over here. So from where I'm standing over there is all pretty much level within a sense. I mean, it's got fall one way or the other, which is good. Said they cleaned up over there along the fence bank, or along the creek bank, I mean, where the rock was. Looks pretty good. Transition here from the original back to the easement is fairly well. I'll show you this one spot up here that I put on several videos. Right here was one of the spots I showed after the second attempt. You know, that's pretty much level from easement over to the original, and it's a steady grade all the way across to the creek bank over there. And like I said earlier, they blended it back in with the natural shape of the creek bank. So there's no, before it was a big swell or valley over there, I guess you would say, where they tracked in. That was where the old sewer line was. But everything's looking good. Move on down. This is probably the only area of it, the whole project, that we really argued about to the death and finally just gave up on. Was right here where the rock is. I spoke several times where they took the 2 sections of pipe out of the creek. They dug that and didn't build the bank back like they were supposed to, and it washed and it funnels the big creek out through here. But this was low when they left it, so they've built this whole area up here quite a bit. Looks pretty close to the back of the way it was. So I'm hoping that you know, that'll help keep the big creek in a little bit. Like I said, they fixed the sidelines here, so we can walk. You know, before, if I walked over here to the edge, you know, I was low, a foot low, and I'd have to step up on this. I'm pretty much going straight over, and then of course right down there is the creek. So everything looks pretty good. You can see there's still a hump right here, But you know, I'm not gonna squabble about that. I don't know that was a hump to begin with, but as it falls back on the other side of the easement, there's a couple holes over there I think make it look worse, where I took some bigger trees out, so not worried about that. Let's move on down. Okay, if the sun's not too bad, you can see right where that tree right up through here was the easement. So they blended that back in over there where the low spot was, where they tracked off of it all the way up quite a ways. Blended it back in, so they took care of that. I really wish they would have put a little more dirt down here right where they went through the wood line, but you know, beggars can't be choosers at this point. It's a lot better than it was. Okay, told you about this spot the other day. This is what it was for. This is what was missing. Been here for 30 years. It's still here technically. It's just not on the surface anymore. That's all I'm gonna say, but it's back here now. Okay, everybody, I believe we'll wrap this one up. We'll call this good on the bottom land for right now, at least this part of it. All in all, it's in good shape, 92–95% back where it needed to be. A lot of the issues that we talked about and had problems with were addressed. The whole thing was basically regraded. There wasn't any spec grades to go by, so it's basically just leveled back up the way it should have been years ago. I'm tickled. I'm happy with it. It's been a long road and a lot of arguments and a lot of threats and a lot of standing your ground, but in the end I got what I wanted, which is my property put back the way it was before they ever started. Said numerous times, there's been 2 other utilities through here all the way back, dating back to 1969, the second one in 1990, and this one in 2020, and we never had any issues out of anything but this last one. So it's back to where it needs to be. Don't know how good the camera's showing up on all that. You know, if you can see it in the shots or not. I'd love to have a drone, but I don't. So we'll see what they say tomorrow. They are going to seed it. I told them again they did not have to seed it, but I guess stipulations or whatever else, that's fine. They're going to seed it, grass seed and straw it. So I'm hoping that whatever company comes in to do that, they'll at least take a yard tool or a rake or something and, you know, drag the high spots out of it as far as the loose dirt or whatever. There's a lot of loose material still here, but it should harden up. I mean, and you know, next year this time, hopefully all this that I just walked will have corn growing on it, or beans, one or the other. I'm not sure yet. We'll just have to see how the, you know, winter goes. But anyway, hopefully this will be the last that you see of the bottomland issues. I will get a clip or 2 of what it looks like after they seed it, and then we're going to call that good and put this one behind us. So thank you all for following along with me on it. Thank you for watching the videos about it, my rants and my arguments and my gripes and everything else. I really appreciate that. The comments and the concerns and the motivation, and really it put me over the top to just stand my ground. I mean, honestly, so I really appreciate that from everybody that's, you know, been here and continues to be here. So I've babbled on. I hope this isn't more than a 12 or 13 minute video, just short clips here or there. It might not be as bad as what I'm thinking, but we're going to call it good for right now. So thank you all for watching. Please consider subscribing if you hadn't already. Hit the thumbs up button if you like what you see. Thumbs down, I understand it's not for everybody. Share the video, get it out there again, especially this one about the issues that I had. Stand your ground. That's how I'm gonna leave it. We'll see what else we can get into. Till next time, thank you.